Philanthropy is important across communities around the world, but especially in sub-Saharan Africa because it plays three critical roles. The first is meeting unaddressed needs or gaps that either government or markets on their own cannot solve. Philanthropy is also important because it provides risk capital for innovation in areas where perhaps other sectors have not attempted to solve problems. And then finally, philanthropy is essential because it helps build communities around the world, and especially here in sub-Saharan Africa. So the question of youth involvement in philanthropy is a powerful one because if we can get young people engaged in philanthropy, we can truly change the world. For many young people, it starts in their family environment. They learn from most people who are givers will tell you they learned that at home from their parents or grandparents or someone else in their family. But many schools around the world have curriculum today around philanthropy, around volunteering, ensuring that kids understand that they are part of solving problems in their community. It's been inspiring for me at the Lilly Family School to be able to see young people of all different backgrounds who come to the school with ideas about how they can make a difference in the world. I think that's actually how we start to change our narrative here in the continent and throughout the world, is when we can get young people engaged in seeing themselves as solutions to the problem. I think measuring success is a very important aspect of philanthropy in today's world. Philanthropy is very simply the love of mankind. That's what it means. But when you start to break it apart, you understand that philanthropy has both a heart component as well as a head component. And part of the goal of measurement is to be able to identify the change that the philanthropist is seeking to bring to the community or to the world. So for example, if education is the goal, to improve education in a community, then the philanthropist has to start with those goals in mind. How will we know that we have reached our goal? And so to start with the measure of success and then to work backwards. If the goal is to say improve school attendance or to improve the success of outcomes for those children, then we have to start with a plan. And that plan has to be focused on a particular time frame and some outcomes to know that we are reaching where we would like to go. Some of those measurements may be short term, some of them may be longer term. But ideally, every philanthropist should have some theory of change, what they expect to see as a result of their work, but also understand that there's learning associated with philanthropy. And sometimes you achieve those outcomes and sometimes you may not. And so understanding what leads to success as well as what leads efforts to not achieve the success is just as important. Sometimes you can learn more from not achieving your goals than even achieving success. So the concept of philanthropy is bigger than just charity. You could think that charity is a subset of philanthropy. In other words, a charitable act may be seeking to help a person in need, but a philanthropist looks at the root causes of that problem and seeks to actually attach solutions to those problems. And so some people describe this as the difference between giving a hungry man or woman a fish versus teaching that man or woman how to fish. And increasingly, philanthropists understand that there is a need for charitable acts. In other words, helping those in need, providing food, providing assistance to those in need, but to actually go beyond meeting those needs to understanding why individuals and families may be in poverty and addressing those root causes. Those may include improving education, improving access to jobs. Sometimes it's providing access to capital for entrepreneurship activities. So increasingly, I think philanthropists around the world seek to go beyond teaching men and women to just giving them a fish versus actually teaching them to fish. And the teaching people to fish produces a long-term lasting impact and may even eliminate the need for charity in the first place.